Up next, a story shaking India's federal fault lines, ties between Tamil Nadu and the centre, which have hit a new low as the DMK-led state government has defiantly dropped the national rupee symbol from its budget, replacing it with a Tamil letter in a blistering rebuke to the BJP's alleged Hindi imposition through the national education policy. Chief Minister MK Stalin has called it a fight for linguistic identity. The BJP brands it a shameful stunt. With more than 2,000 crores in school funds allegedly being held hostage and a language war raging, is this the breaking point of the slogan of unity and diversity, or just the opening salvo in a bitter political showdown ahead of the next elections in the state?
MK Stalin slashes the rupee on the eve of Tamil Nadu's budget. No. This isn't a delimitation debate. It's the latest in the clash of languages. What started as a center-state tug-of-war over budget reallocations morphed into a national education policy row and is today a rejection of the rupee symbol. The rationale: Devanagari is not welcome in the Dravidian heartland. There's a story behind the unveiling of the Tamil Nadu Ru, replacing the Devanagari-based rupee symbol. To ensure the widespread development of Tamil Nadu to benefit all sections of society, making the transition from Devanagari to Tamil.
Sri Uday Kumar, and his own father happens to be a DMK MLA, 1971 DMK MLA, and his symbol, the whole of Bharat we have accepted. Now DMK doesn't even know this. That is the funny part, that is the worst part. They don't even know it is given by a Tamilian. What we are trying to pick out is DMK's double standards, are just trying to rake up an issue after issue, trying to focus on pride, Tamil language, Tamil custom. Is not the Honorable Prime Minister of our country, Narendra Modi ji, not doing enough for Tamil pride and culture?
This is a form of protest. This is a form of expression against the unilateral, authoritarian, non-democratic and unconstitutional behavior of the union government.
The irony isn't lost on anyone. The rupee symbol was crowdsourced and it was a Tamilian, D. Uday Kumar's design that was picked.
It's the state government which took a decision. They thought that probably they wanted to replace it with the regional script. I also wanted to create something which is universal and which is also very pleasing and simple, and yet which is as an impact and which is meaningful.
The language debate goes back a long way in history. The Constituent Assembly saw heated arguments over the national language issue.
Let us leave aside slogans. Let us leave aside words which frighten people. Let us even make concession to the prejudices of our opponents. Bring them in so that they may willingly join with us.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar batted for English to be the official language. His rationale: one language can unite people, two languages are sure to divide people. Then there were others, like C. Rajagopalachari, also Tamil stalwart, who backed Hindi as the official language. And T.T. Krishnamachari, elected from Madras, posed the whole India versus Hindi India argument. Finally, a middle ground was found. Under the Munshi Iyengar formula, all official proceedings of the courts, public services, and the All India Civil Services would be conducted in English until 1965. After that, late Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri's government sought to impose Hindi, a move vehemently rejected by the southern states, particularly Tamil Nadu. India has 22 official languages under Schedule 8 today, and other linguistic aspirations are assuaged with additions to the list of classical languages. But clearly, this isn't a debate with an obvious winner. The identity and aspirational connect with the mother tongue continues to be tinder for political parties to ignite. With Shrishti Shankar, Bureau Report, NDTV.
All right, so this is an absolutely huge issue. It shows no signs of actually going down. Mr. K. Narayana Nehru, the DMK Lok Sabha MP, joins us. Thank you, sir, very much for being with us. Mr. Nehru, it's just what exactly is this leading to? Because a lot of people would say when it comes to the symbol of the rupee, it's for the nation, it's a national issue. So therefore, is this about Tamil Nadu's rejection of a national symbol?
Good evening, sir. Thank you for having me here. First of all, you must understand that the sentiments of the Tamil people are heavily attached to the Tamil language and the respect the Tamil language deserves at a national stage and at the stage where it's used for business and for daily life. So that being said, so having the RU alphabet of Tamil alphabet showcasing in the budget just re-emphasize the fact that our love for Tamil and our love for language is very important in this juncture, where it is trying to be sidelined through, unconstitutional means such as regulations, but not the laws, and attack from, the northern lobby where Hindi is being perceived as the national language. So we are under pressure from so many sides, and this is the time that we have to show our affinity and our love for the language. It's nothing but our love for language in full display here.
The national rupee symbol, a decision which the BJP calls shameful in favor of a Tamil one, are you signaling that Tamil Nadu prioritizes regional identity over national unity? I understand the language issue, but the rupee is something we all use. The rupee symbol is something which is common to you, me, everybody, right? So what is the larger message that you're trying to send? I mean, regional identity over national unity?
So, sir, if you want to spin it in a manner correct. If there is a perception, let me correct my words, I'm sorry. If there's a perception that national unity is being challenged, I think this is just another way of, dodging the bullet of the pride of the Tamil language, right? It is the DMK under Kalaignar, Honorable Kalaignar, had introduced the symbol as a matter of national unity. So we took the initiative from our side to actually be integrated into the national unity. So we are in a position today, after 12 years of constant attack of the federalism and the structure and the love of the language being, attacked from all sides, we are in a position to showcase that our love for language is still stronger as ever. And, what matters in the budget, yes, there is a lot of symbolism here, but that symbolism is important because that shows our love for language, but also it doesn't mean that we are against national unity. We are very much part of this country and we very much contribute economically, socially, and culturally to this country. So it doesn't change the fact that Tamil Nadu, with less than 4% of the land area, contributes to more than 11% of the Indian economy. That doesn't change the fact.
Okay.
It's just that we have to prove, we have to be, we are showing our affinity to our Tamil language.
All right. Okay. Let me just bring in Vinod Selvam, spokesperson of the BJP. I'm also joined by Dr. Sumant Raman and R.K. Rangaraj. Thank you all very much for being with us. Let me go across first to you, Mr. Selvam. The Tamil Nadu government's decision to replace the rupee symbol with a Tamil letter is framed as a protest against the centre's alleged Hindi imposition via the national education policy. They're not saying that it's a larger statement against the nation or our national identity. So that being the case, is this, entire issue taking ties between the centre and Tamil Nadu to a new low?
See, someone has misinformed the Chief Minister that the symbol is actually in Hindi. He needs to understand that the symbol was designed by a lot of educated people, scholars, and after a lot of research in 2010, it was adopted. And it was given by someone from their own political organization party, and their father, the Chief Minister's father, had blessed him at that point of time. Another Tamilian, P. Chidambaram, only introduced the symbol, and he appreciated the person for bringing a symbol which is going to be used by the country all throughout for purposes of trade. So at this point, the DMK it is very important to note the timing of the change, the timing at which this rule was introduced instead of the national symbol. Today evening, the ED has come out, the Enforcement Directorate has come out with a very important document where they have found out that a scam worth over thousands of crores has been done by the TASMAC, which supplies liquor to the wine shops and bars in Tamil Nadu. So the DMK, anticipating that they are going to get exposed today, and they wanted to divert the attention and make sure that the national TV channels don't pick that up as a story, have come up with this new drama today. For the last 2-3 months, the DMK has been doing drama after drama, first starting with new education policy, taking up Hindi imposition, talking about delimitation, and today the RU. They very well know that none of this is going to benefit the people of Tamil Nadu in any way. If you look at the crime data, the NCPR shows that the crime against women in Tamil Nadu in the last 1 year has increased by 31%. The POSCO cases in Tamil Nadu has increased by 52%. The children in Tamil Nadu are not safe. Students are not appearing for the 11th and 12th standard examinations out of fear that the education standard is so poor. The DMK has blood on its hands that 10 children have committed suicide, believing the words of the Deputy CM, the NEET exam will be banned. So forgetting all the realistic problems, DMK is taking up farce issues, trying to divert the attention from the failures of the government. The TASMAC issue is going to blow out, just like how Kejriwal went to jail in Delhi, just like how KCR's daughter went to jail in Telangana, just like how Chhattisgarh, the Congress government is facing the heat.
I want to bring in Mr. Nehru again for his
DMK
response. Mr. Nehru, he's mentioned many things. You're welcome to reply to all of them. But one of the points he said was on the rupee symbol. In fact, it was introduced under a Congress-led UPA government. It's a national symbol, but you've replaced it with, in a fight with the BJP. And there is a Tamil Nadu link to it. Apparently, the rupee, it was designed by D. Uday Kumar, son of your own party's former MLA in Dharmalingam, representing Tamil Nadu's contribution to India's identity. And today you've gotten rid of it. Isn't that strange?
Sir, it's not getting rid of it. Let me put it again and again, okay? It's not getting rid of it. It's just that having a RU symbol, if it ruffles the feathers of other people, then they must understand that our love for language is still very high. And you must also appreciate the fact that the DMK being the party that you're saying that introduced this symbol and gotten it, on the official gazette, is also in a position, is pushed to a corner from the, center through its acts and through its various agencies, as Mr. Vinod has mentioned here, to display our language, to display that at a very important time that we have never forgotten the lives that were lost for the cause of this language and the necessity that this language must be protected. It's just as simple as that. And going into so many deflections that Mr. Vinod just pointed out here, I would be more than glad to showcase data across the nation. So if you want to go, point by point, I can. But today the debate is about TN replacing a symbol. And what does it signify? It doesn't signify that, as it's being floated around, as it's being discussed around, that, it's about not getting inside the country. We are very much within the country, but again, on our own terms. We Tamil people have our own pride to answer to. And yes, many people can perceive it in different ways. But we are very much part of this country, again, on our own terms. I also want to give you an example here, sir. Now, there's a lot of symbolism. I mean, this is symbolism at the best, right? For a good cause. Now, you have auspicious days in the north, in the south, right? In the south, a new moon day is very auspicious. In the north, they always do a lot of events around the full moon day. So will the ruling government say that they will not carry out any electioneering activities or political activities on new moon day on the south? No, it suits them when it suits them. So what I am saying as a representative of the DMK, my interpretation of this symbolism is that we love our language and we want to showcase it right in front of the public on an important event, on an important day. That's all. That's all.
Right, hold on a second, Dr. Sumant Raman. Do you essentially see this as politics ahead of the next assembly elections? BJP and DMK?
Absolutely. There is not a shred of doubt that this is a political move intended to keep the focus on these two parties. And that has been the case over the last 1 week. We have seen that first it started off with the national education policy, 2 language, 3 language. Then it went on to delimitation. Now it has come to this removal of the rupee symbol and so on. So fundamentally, the attention in Tamil Nadu over the last week entirely has been on these two parties. It suits the DMK fine because they need to, demonize the BJP to make sure that the minorities don't go away from them. And the DMK is in power almost entirely because of the minority vote. If the minorities don't vote for the DMK, there is no way they are going to win the election. So this helps them. It helps the BJP because the BJP is now seen as the principal opposition party. The AIADMK has become almost invisible now. And to a large extent, Mr. Vijay also has been, ignored in the last 1 week. So I think we have to understand that this is happening deliberately, and both sides are playing this game. I called it a fixed match, but now it looks like it's a fixed series. And we're seeing this play on, and probably this is the way it's going to go until the election. Because the BJP seems to have decided that its best opportunity to grow in Tamil Nadu is to help the DMK win the next election. And then once they get all the other political parties out of the way, they can become the principal opposition party in the state. So that seems to be their game plan. I don't think it will work. But anyway, that's what they are trying right now. This entire thing.
Come to you next.
No, Vishnu, let me finish this.
Okay.
There are so many. Today, Enforcement Directorate, 1,000 crore alleged scam in TASMAC. But day before yesterday, 992 alleged scam in the public distribution system. Every single other day, there is some issue related which is coming out, some scam or the other is being unearthed. All of this gets swept away when we talk about whether we remove the symbol or whether we, how much we love our language and so on. So this is crystal clearly a diversion, and both sides are equally culpable and guilty in taking the people of Tamil Nadu for a ride.
Okay. Mr. Rangaraj, is there not a certain disingenuity when DMK leaders say that they want a two-language policy when so many people in Tamil Nadu, including the children of the, DMK leaders themselves, their children, have benefited from a three-language policy? And is there perhaps a difference? The BJP has argued that poorer people in the state are being foisted a two-language policy, whereas those who are more affluent have access to a three-language policy which has benefited them. Is there any merit in this argument?
So Vishnu sir, when you say that
the language argument goes much deeper than that. Obviously, there is a bit of shadow boxing when it comes to political parties in the north and those in the south, especially in Tamil Nadu, on the issue of the number of Hindi-speaking people. So that is a vast majority of people are Hindi-speaking, and they would like many in Tamil Nadu also to be brought into this fold of Hindi-speaking people for different reasons. It could be political, it could be social, or it could be a bit of national jingoism, or from whichever way you look at it. So there is a tug of war between the attempts of what they call the North Indian politics of the Aryan type of political culture that is sought to be imposed on Tamil Nadu and southern states. That is how the parties in Tamil Nadu especially want to project the parties which come from essentially a North Indian bias. And in the south, in Tamil Nadu, they say this is local Tamil Nadu pride and Tamil Nadu culture that is pitted against this. So there is this continuous tug of war that's going on. But on this rupee question, I have a different take on the matter. See, when the state releases its own economic survey, which is doing for the first time, which is releasing its budget tomorrow, its document is coming out with the local Tamil alphabet. There's nothing wrong with having their own local Tamil alphabet on the cover. I mean, but if you, I would like to ask Vishnu, when he goes to a shop or he goes to the market, does he ask, "Ye kitne rupee ke hain?" You ask, "Ye kitne rupe ke hain?" Okay, in Tamil Nadu, they may say, "Devlo ruba." In other parts of the country, people use.
Let me just interrupt you for half a second because there's some breaking news coming in, some strong remarks by the finance minister on this issue. Mr. Nehru, I'd like you to respond to some of them. She said that this is a dangerous mindset. It's not mere symbolism. This mindset of Tamil Nadu weakens India's unity. This promotes a secessionist sentiment. Right? Can you respond to these remarks made by the finance minister?
Sir, let me rephrase your question a little while ago. Okay? So let's just talk about symbolism.
One second, sir. This is to Mr. Nehru. Mr. Nehru, I want you to respond, please, to this. The finance minister has just said this. Go ahead.
So let's talk about the symbolism a little more, sir, which I will be able to answer to Madam Finance Minister's argument here about dangerous mindset. So when Vajpayee sir's legacy was over, there was no name change, there was no symbolism attached to a place or a name or any of the ideology that's being translated to the physical infrastructure of the country. Now, in the last 12 years, you have replaced Prayagraj, the names that have been come out as Prayagraj, you have had Rajpath converted to Kartavya Path. Is that meaning that the old culture and the symbolism of the place has changed? Is that meaning that you have changed leader Vajpayee's legacy? So I think on the same tone, on the same lines, just because we wanted to showcase our love for a language doesn't mean that we want a separate country. That's just a very, very wrong argument. I will also tell you another argument, sir, or for another data or information. Now, Maharashtra, after the current elections, have clearly told that the language of business or the language of the government will still be in Marathi. Does it mean that just because they prioritize Marathi, are they going to be against Hindi or against English? I don't think, if that argument is true for them, I think our argument about having a Tamil symbol on our economic survey, I don't think it's wrong in any way, sir.
I'm joined now by my colleague Maria Shakil, who's been tracking this. Maria, very strong words by the finance minister. Could you give us a few more details of what she said? Maria, can you hear me?
Yes. If you can hear me, Vishnu.
Yes.
This is a very sharp reaction that has come in from a finance minister. The first union minister or first, first government of India response which is coming in, where she has asked a specific question that if the DMK in fact had problem with the rupee symbol, then why didn't it actually protest back in 2010 when it was officially adopted by the UPA government? At that time, it was the DMK which was part of the ruling alliance. Finance minister actually goes on to say that Tamil word Rupee itself has deep roots in the Sanskrit word Rupaya, and this term has resonated across centuries in the Tamil trade and literature, and even today, Rupee remains the currency name in Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka. I think it's a huge point that is being made, and also she has raised the point that this was designed by Uday Kumar, who is the son of former DMK MLA. And by raising it, the DMK is not only rejecting a national symbol, but also, disregarding the creative contribution of a Tamil youth. So I think the point being made by the finance minister, this is of course the first comment which has come in, and it has come directly from the finance minister herself. This is only going to escalate. She also says that this is more than mere symbolism. It signals a dangerous mindset that weakens Indian unity and promotes secessionist, sentiments under the pretense of regional pride. I think for Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to put out a very strong statement, it becomes important because as we have been seeing, through the day, this entire argument which was put forth by the DMK earlier doesn't really hold much water. And now the sharp reaction coming in from the Finance Minister herself.
All right, let's get, again, another reaction, a response to that from Mr. K. N. Arun Nehru, DMK Lok Sabha MP. Mr. Nehru, there's another sharp statement made by the finance minister, which is that removing a national symbol is against an oath to the constitution. How would you respond to that?
I think it's just milking the wrong sentiment. The sentiment down the people, if you still get down to the roots, I think that the love for language is overwhelming here in our state. I think this is a complete misconception of the love for our language. And I think what Madam Finance Minister has expressed...
You see, I know I will give you a chance to speak, but I think the point that's being stated now by the Finance Minister goes beyond just the language issue, which you bring it down to. If that rupee symbol is out for whatever the reasons are, she says that removing the national symbol is against an oath to the constitution. You've done something larger, it goes beyond the language debate. How would you respond to that?
Madam, sir, can I just ask you another question? Now, previously the budget papers, right? The budget papers were printed on paper that was made in India, correct? And now you have, right now it's on a tap, and all those chipsets are coming from China. Are you any less nationalistic on that issue? So is just the DMK being asked a question because it's just, highly visible love for our language? I don't understand. I think both have to be put at the same plate and seen that all that we are saying here very clearly is that our love for language is right now at a point that it needs to be showcased across the national spectrum. What is wrong in us showcasing our love for the language in our own economic survey? I don't think that it is going to be extrapolated to a national sentiment, and that too on a negative connotation. I absolutely think that's the wrong interpretation of the facts.
That is how it is being looked at presently. I'm running out of time on this. There'll be several more reactions which come in, but we're going to take a short break, come back.